Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st.
Welcome to 21st and Prime, my man Ron Jamie Dukes. We are getting ready to go at it. Sponsored by Heineken 000 alcohol, 69 calories. Although I don't need to watch no calories. I'm about 25, 30 pounds light right now, but I'm coming back.
Coming back strong.
Coming back strong, baby. I'm coming back. I'm like that little engine that could. I think I can. Eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, Ron. You don't know nothing about that. Eating everything I can.
Coach, I weigh more than you right now. I don't know. I think
Coach, I weigh more than you right now.
You sure do. You always have, even when you're a teenager.
Right. You
know what? I'm Florida State size right now, but I'm coming back. That's because I didn't eat 3 weeks in the hospital. I didn't have no appetite. But I'm coming.
Tuesday when you mentioned that about your weight, you know what I got to think about? Remember that time we were in Plano at your Plano house and we went up to your movie theater for the first time and somebody sent you a tape and we was watching your feet.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that time? And it was like, so you think you still had like, so when you watch Coach, what you'll see, if you watch careful enough, you'll see 3 iterations of high step. You'll see
There's
when
3 kinds?
There were 3 iterations of it. You know, when he was at Florida State and his first Seminole days, his first Falcon days, you know, probably right up in the high step went to the top of his helmet. Mm-hmm. Then when he got to San Francisco, that high step went probably to mid-chest, you know. And then by the time he was in Baltimore, he was definitely above his waistline. But that kick, you know, his feet used to move like this. That's all you used to see. If you watch the tape, that's how his feet move, just like this. He couldn't control his feet. He'll tell you. At that age, he could not control his feet. Some people say wasted motion per se, but it was just gas. And then as he got older and more mature, then he became more efficient with his footwork. He was still fast.
But if we want to talk about the footwork, we got to talk about our guy, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had some toe issues. And Jamie, you can break this down, but he was clapping back at the media, basically saying that he had a broken toe, not a COVID toe.
Not COVID toe.
Aaron got to stop, man.
No. He said it.
What I'm saying is Aaron is better than that, man. Like, you don't go on and first of all, I compare everyone to the great Mr. Brady. Now, you know, years ago it was Montana, but Tom kept winning, and I couldn't fight it anymore, so I had to give it to him for what he took. I had to give it to him. He took it. But I could never imagine Tom on social media holding his toe up, saying, "Look at this."
Yeah, Tom will clap back on you, man.
No, Tom gonna set you straight.
Tom will clap back.
He ain't getting ready to disclose no injury or no potential injury to give himself an out. He don't get down like that.
But he will clap back. I think the key mechanism is it was the clap back. That's the whole key here is he clapped back because I'm a chip guy, so I understand chip guy. What I mean by a chip guy is you play with a chip on your shoulder. Aaron Rodgers is the king of the chip on your shoulder. And the chip drives you.
And Tom is not.
And Tom is too. No, Tom is.
Both of them are driven from the chip because of the draft placement.
Yes.
Okay, that's why they're driven from the chip.
Yes.
Because of the draft.
I think even more. I think they just chip guys anyway. Honestly, maybe you. I think they have a chip.
I think the draft has something to do with that.
And no, it certainly was. It might have been the crystallizer, but at the same time, you just don't turn the chip on. You've always had that. I'm gonna show these. I'm a show doesn't start when the NFL happens. I'm a show started when you was working by yourself.
Show started when Tom Brady was not drafted or when he was drafted that late in the NFL. That's when it started.
No, it started when
happened when Aaron Rodgers started before then. When he was sitting in that darn room till the cows came home.
That was one. That's when you saw the chip.
No, that's when it happened. I've seen them before.
Let me give you. Okay, let's go back.
Before they was drafted, they were not those guys.
Coach, let me help you with Tom Brady. When Tom Brady had to split time with Chad Henne at Michigan, that's where the chip started. You can talk about that NFL 7th round all
Oh,
year.
Didn't?
Yes, it did. Ask him.
Didn't.
He was splitting time with Chad Hinn, or not Chad Hinn.
He gets emotional not about spending time with Chad Henne. He gets emotional when they talk about what he went and where he went in the draft. That's when he gets emotional.
Drew Henson. Ask him.
Drew
ask him.
Whatever you said, Drew Henson.
Call him. It was my fault. I said the wrong name. Right. Call him though. I bet you he tell you that drove him too. My point is, a chip guy is a chip guy.
I think that some people will find a chip even when there isn't one there. And I think that Tom Brady sometimes in his career was finding, he would make Roger Goodell the chip on his shoulder. He'd be like, oh, they don't want us to win. They don't. But I think some people need to make something their cause. They need to be able to find something.
You have to create the nemesis.
That's to find. And maybe that's a reason to bet on Aaron Rodgers this year, because he's at least found a way to get fired up. And it looks like it was working this past weekend. It looked like Aaron Rodgers was working, but I kind of agree with you, Coach, that he just needs to leave this alone, unless he's trying to figure out a way for himself to become like a podcaster after his playing career. I don't know if he's trying to get into a media game or something like that, but he's talking way more than he ever has before. Exactly. And he's entitled to. He's definitely allowed to talk, but it's really his call, I guess. If he keeps on winning games, that's all you have to do. Should we talk a little bit about LeBron James? Yes. I don't know if we saw it this week. He had 2 fans ejected in Indianapolis because a fan, I guess, was saying some stuff they shouldn't have been getting away with, but he pointed to 2 fans in an overtime game in Indianapolis and said, "You 2 are kicked out of this stadium." And honestly, from the fans' perspective, I would have been furious if I got kicked out of the game.
Just because you bought a ticket and you sitting on the front row does not give you the liberty to say what you want to me. So that means I could come over there and say what I want to you and just cuss you out and tell you you're this, you're that, and you'll never be nothing in your life. You will always be on the floor watching me instead of me watching you. So I get the liberty to just say all that?
Yes.
No.
You should.
It's not
Why
right.
not?
It's not right.
Why should you, Ron? I think that's the question. In other words, is why should, because someone pays to go into an event, they be allowed to say any visceral and vile thing or whatever they feel like because they paid for a ticket?
I think. I mean, I don't know exactly what they were saying, but
you know what they were saying. You know what they were saying. They said something that he went.
Now, first of all, Ron, you got to give LeBron credit. LeBron is always. We've never seen LeBron James never unprofessional. We've never seen LeBron James never out of character. We've never seen LeBron James at real fault in public. So for him,
he walks on water.
For him to go over there and say those 2, it had to be something very foul, because we've never seen it.
I really believe that the player can win every time because they're an NBA player. They're automatically more successful and they make more money. It would be so easy for them to clap back. It'd be so easy for them to say something back.
But those aren't the things that make you. Those aren't the things really of substance that really matter. What matters to me is it's kind of what is said. You, as an athlete, you're not some kind of beast or animal, even though it's a gladiator sport, that because someone paying dollars, they can come in and call you a fat cow or call you whatever or say anything you want to say. There should be respect no matter what. No matter what.
Jamie, how old are you?
57, I think.
57. Ron, how old are you?
33.
And I am 54. Ron, when you get to our age and you touch that 40 and that 50, you're going to realize there's some things in life you don't have to put up with.
Yep.
There's some things in life you don't have to condone. You don't have to tolerate. That you're going to dismiss yourself from. There's things right now that you condone that in about 2-3 more years, you're going to just get up and walk right out and never return. There's people in your life right now that you're listening to on the phone that you're going to say, hey, you know what? If our conversation is going to consistently be like this, lose my number. Don't call me with this no more. There are family members in your life that you're going to cut off in a few years because of the consistency of the bull jump. So there's certain things in LeBron's life that he's at the point, I don't have to put up with this no more.
I ain't doing that.
Hey, y'all gotta go. I don't have to put up with this.
And we below 500. Can we talk about the 500 part of that now with the Lakers and what the heck gonna happen with the Lakers?
But they won the game. They won the game after he kicked them out. So maybe
they lost.
It's LeBron privilege.
Triple overtime.
They don't have LeBron problems, the guard problem. They got a big man problem. Let me tell you something, man. The game I watched them against the Bucks, that hurt my heart, man. Because AD got exposed, and there is no more exposing that you could get. Jamie, I don't know if you've seen it.
I didn't see it.
But let me tell you something. The Greek Freak went at him so hard, dog, and it was Jamie. It was embarrassing. Like honestly, it was like a nose man just constantly whoop you and whoop you and whoop you until you play hurt. Like that. It was like a receiver beat me and beat me and beat me till I try to fight him so we get thrown out of the game. That's how that game went for AD. It was
the fact that Giannis he has a handle now. Like he's 6'11" and 270 pounds. Like he shouldn't be allowed to have a handle.
Was a mismatch anyway, though, Ron. I mean, they're ball player wise. Giannis is way too fluid for.
Yeah, but Jamie. But the way he went at him, Jamie, it was disrespectful. Like he went at him like, I'm gonna show y'all this guy's not on my level. It was bad. Ron, did you see the game?
I did. I saw highlights of it online.
No, I watched the game, man. It was bad. It was disrespectful.
The whole thing.
And Giannis didn't back off. He kept coming, and I think he dropped like 47 that night, something like that. So it was bad. He didn't want no part of him.
What does the addition of Cousins do for them?
Who?
Kirk Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins signed with the Bucks. He just signed with the Bucks.
That's what I'm saying. What does that do with that team? I mean, does that add something, or he's done?
Yeah, that gives them depth. Yeah, that gives them depth. Pretty much.
And
depth.
size.
He's a dog. And he's a dog.
He still got dog. He still got all that.
He still got respect amongst peers.
Yeah.
But Jamie, back to what I was saying. It was bad. And that hurt him amongst the league, I feel. It was that bad that I'm sure the next game people was going at him like, hey, man, come on, man.
Did it hurt or affirm?
That's a good question, dog. That's a good question because you know how I feel about 7-footers shooting threes.
You don't like it?
I get tired of it. It's sick. Not when you don't want to get on the block. I'm old school, man. You know, I'm in the Kareem, Shaq, Elijah Wan, you know, what's my guy name that played for Atlanta that we all love?
Oh, Tree Rollins.
No, not Tree Rollins, the dog.
I'm talking about Neek? You ain't talking about Neek.
I'm sorry. 76ers.
Embiid?
No.
You talking Moses?
About,
Moses.
Big Mo.
Moses. I'm from that era, man, where the big fellas were the big fellas. They got on the block and went to work, not falling away with a three. When ain't nobody in the paint. Nobody in the paint. And
what about Rasheed?
Giannis dropped 47, and I think 40 of them was in the paint.
What about Rasheed Wallace though? Rasheed Wallace was he's from that era, but he would shoot the three, and he was 6'11". Rasheed was
he gets you 13 boards a game though too.
Yeah,
he gonna get you if you get you 13 boards a game. She wasn't afraid of it. He had skill. He
that's the difference. He wasn't scared. He wasn't no punk.
No, thin as he was, thin as a rail. He take it up in there. And she was, she was my I used to have this theory about players, truculent players, that always get technicals. Everybody always wanted to pick on She. He gets a technical every other night. I said, let me tell you what a technical is. That means what you're telling me is him with his temper, because he played with that Aaron Rodgers type dog. With his temper, he was going to get, if you play 82 games in a season, it's going to take you 2 T's to get a free throw. So he's going to give up 35 or 40 single points in a year, but I get 16 and 12 every night and 3 blocks. I'll take that. I'll take that because he got a temper and he got a temper. Okay, fine. Give me the dude with the temper.
Big fella, you got any parting words before you get out of here?
No, Coach, other than I love you, man, and it's good to see you, man. Oh, I will say this though. We talked about fairness and I don't there was this case that happened in Orlando. Not in Orlando, excuse me, in Georgia. And Rowan, you know what I'm talking about here. It was the
Ahmaud Arbery.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason I want to bring that to mind is because I think that sometimes we don't ever want, we have these issues in the country, and we're going to look over that verdict. We need to, I think, celebrate that verdict from the perspective, not because some bad guys got away, but celebrate it from the standpoint that there is change out there. Every cop is not, but every citizen, every group, every jurisprudence group around the country is not going to turn its blind eye to injustice.
Yeah, that was obvious.
So it's just great, and I think we should applaud the fact that there were people, white people, black people, that did the right thing in finding some bad people guilty. So that's all.
I feel that, my friend.
Deuces.
Appreciate you, Jamie.
Yep.
Take it easy. See you next week, my friend.
Yeah.
Good stuff from Mr. Dukes. And before we get into this next segment, I want to give a little tip of the cap to our good friends over at Roman Swipes. Roman Swipes, always looking out for the fellas. A lot of guys do all kinds of things to last a little bit longer in bed. And thinking about who was the first overall draft pick in 2002, or thinking about how many career rebounds Rasheed Wallace had, doesn't always work. And it's probably not the best use of your time when you're having that romantic moment. That's why you need to switch over to Roman Swipes, the secret to longer lasting sex. They're clinically proven to last longer in bed. They're effective, easy to use, and fast acting. No prescription required. Roman can ship their swipes to you in a discreet, unmarked packaging, and each swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. They're super easy to use. You just take the swipes out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry, and you're good to go. And that's it. So you can go to getroman.com/prime and get your first month of swipes for just $5. Fellas, your first month for just $5 when you use that monthly plan. Go to getroman.com/prime. Coach, I don't know if you saw this. Michael Strahan is going to outer space. He's about to hop.
That's one of my dearest friends, and he's lost his mind.
He's lost his mind. I don't even want to go on an airplane if I don't have to. And he's about to go into outer space. I'm trying to figure out what would have to happen in your life to make you want to leave Earth. Because I don't think there's anything that would make me want to leave Earth.
I can't. I'm calling him because I just heard this.
You have to call me. Get to the bottom of this.
I'm just hearing this for the first time.
Yo.
Hey, I'm just telling you right now, I'm on my podcast, and they just telling me because I've been so medicated and coming back that they tell me you going to space, dog. Is that true?
On next Thursday.
So what? You just woke up one day and say, I'm going to space.
No, I ain't wake up one day and say I want to go to space. I woke up and I was asked to go to space. So I said, I'll go to space. I'll be honest with you. When I first time, I would have never done it before until I saw that first launch with Jeff Bezos and his brother Mark. I was there for ABC.
Mm-hmm.
And after I saw it, I said, it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
So that made you want to get into it.
It made you emotional.
Dog, first of all, I love you, dog. And, I really appreciate you. And congratulations on being in, your all the accolades you just received with the Giants. But I can't risk losing you. You're a national treasure. And I can't. That bothers me, dog.
I ain't going nowhere, man.
Dog, space that ain't for black folks. We don't do that. we don't bungee jump, we don't deep sea dive, and we don't go to space. We don't do that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If you ask me to bungee jump, deep sea dive, jump out of a plane, I ain't doing none of that.
I know you ain't. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why you going to space.
I don't know. I just saw it and they asked me and I said yes, and I'm in it. I'm in it now.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna call you back. We gotta have a real black conversation. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Bye.
What is he thinking?
Dude, I have no idea. I love him. He's a national treasure he's done so much. You talking about one of the best dudes you ever want to know. Picking up on the first ring, that's just who he is. I could have said, hey, straight, I need a couple hundred. Got you. I'm talking about 100 G. That's just who he is. I have no idea. I can't wait to call him back like, man, what is this about?
What is it about? Is it a midlife crisis?
He has plenty of money. more than he would ever spend. I just want to know what this is really about. Like, what's inside of him that just says, I got to go to space.
Yeah, it's like because you have to kind of abandon the fear of something bad happening if you're going to do something so treacherous, so dangerous, so risk-taking.
Space?
I'm not space.
Like, what's up there? Like what? Is there shopping? Is there what is there up there for me to see? Can I get out and walk? Can I get out and take a jog? Can I get out and dance? Like, what is there to do?
It's got to just be a good view. It just has to be a real good view.
I don't want that view, man. Take a picture. Somebody go take a picture. Bring it back. Just, yeah.
Have him send you a picture. When you have that conversation, when you have that man-to-man conversation, just tell him, send me a picture. Or he could have just got a picture from Bezos. If he knows Bezos could give him a picture. Why can't he just
FaceTime me from there and I'm good?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things I don't want to do. Now, this is what shocked me, man.
What's that?
Venus and Serena's dad. This can't be true.
They said that
it can't be true. Don't they have a movie out right now?
They have a movie. It's called King Richard, and it's about everything that he did to lead Venus and Serena to where they are right now.
Compensated for the movie?
But I think the thing is, in the movie, he winds up marrying a younger woman. And he said that this younger woman tried to start a business against his house. She took a mortgage out on the house, tried to start a business. That failed. And now he's losing the house. And they said he hasn't been talking to Venus and Serena. My question is, they're his very successful daughters, successful a lot in part to what he did. Did they owe him rent?
People don't owe nobody nothing. Let's just get that straight. We only owe the Lord something for our talent. And you never know within the confines of a family what transpires. So I never speak on what is what with the confines of the family. You don't know what he did, don't know where they stand. You just don't know how much money has been extracted through this situation and to this situation whatsoever. But I would think if you're doing a movie about me, played by Will Smith, I got something coming.
At least enough to rent something. You don't have to have the whole mortgage payment, but at least enough to stay in a home.
Go to the bank with the DVD and say, look, man, that's me. They're doing the whole thing on me. I'm going to have my money in a minute. They're doing a whole movie on me. I'll be straight in a couple months. Can you extend me a loan to that? I'm pretty sure. Honestly, man, for our people, I just hate to see that. I just hate to see this man that his daughters are. It is not like his daughters are retired. Like they're still going. They're still going. And and he had a lot to do with it. So I just hope, I hope
they rectify their relationship. Like if their relationship is right, none of this will be wrong. So I really hope they fix their relationship. French Montana was out here making not a wild claim, but at least an interesting one. He said it's easier to make it in the NBA these days than as a rapper. He said that there's 30 teams in the NBA, 15 players on every team. And he said you could only name about 10 hot rappers at a time, like, per any time that you randomly pick.
What do you mean by hot rappers? Because you got to understand there's a lot of people that we know, but it ain't like they're making no money. And some people that's making a lot of money that we don't even know. So we don't know what's what in the rap game anymore whatsoever. I just saw this one rapper, and I was so proud of him. The little short dude that I think he made $1 million in 60 seconds or something like that. He released this song. The one who had the altercation with Megan Thee Stallion. No, the one on altercation with
Tory Lanez. I
just read that he made $1 million in like 60 seconds or something like that. So you he released this song and it went crazy. I think in 60 seconds. The video was him running outside saying, he was so proud. I was so happy for him because, I like to come back. I like to come up. I like people to be restored. And congratulations, Tory Lanez. If you see this video, man, God bless you, man. I pray for you because I hear you're a good dude. That is unbelievable. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Interesting. I also think that the 15th NBA player on the 30th team, he's not making that much money. Like he's not making $1 million. And so I think that there's definitely levels to it. The way that I would classify it is the most famous basketball player is as famous as the most famous rapper, and the 15th most famous basketball player is as famous as the 15th most famous rapper. Like if you go down the list, they're equally culturally relevant. But if we're speaking of cultural relevance right now, OnlyFans is having a little bit of a moment because WNBA star and Olympian Elizabeth Cambridge is starting an OnlyFans to supplement her income, which is, I don't know if it's a bad thing. She's empowered as a woman.
Dog, she got to be making a couple racks, right? She got to make a couple hundred, right?
Off the OnlyFans or off the WNBA?
The WNBA.
Yeah, I don't know. She's an Olympian, so it's not like she's one of the 15th people on the bench. It's not like she's at the end of the bench. But at the same time, the fact that she has to start at OnlyFans.
I don't think she has to. I think she wants to. I don't think you have. There's so many things you could do besides that. You don't have to do that. You want to do that. All 6'8" of her wants to do that. Okay. Because a lot of our viewers and listeners might not know. Tell us what the OnlyFans really is.
OnlyFans is a platform for mostly young women to kind of take control of the content that they put out. And a lot of times it's explicit content, but people will pay a subscription to the OnlyFans. So maybe they'll pay $30 a month, and maybe you'll put up some pictures that are a little bit more racy than Instagram. And some people take it to 10 and they'll put up crazy videos, tapes that they'll put out. And some people are just putting out, relatively tame stuff. So there's a spectrum. So we don't know exactly what her content is unless you pay the $30 a month to figure it out. But I think that there's some people who will be interested, like you said, that she's 6'8", that she's, that is a little something different than your average OnlyFans girl.
So much stuff going in my mind right now that I can't say is unbelievable.
Then I'm gonna help you out. And
I really do. I do they have OnlyMans?
There's dudes on it. There is OnlyMans.
I'm pretty sure dudes trying to take advantage of the situation as well.
There's dudes on here that are, I think some of the top creators on OnlyFans are OnlyMans. And I think that, I don't know if was Ray J on there? But Ray J would be the type of guy who, if OnlyFans was around when he was making his tapes with Kim Kardashian and everything, he would be the one who's making a ton of money off of it.
Because Kim K was on there too now. It wasn't just, it's hard for a dude to just come up by yourself. You got to have a Kim K like situation.
You need a scene partner or something like that.
Right.
You need somebody that will be able to help you out. But Coach, before we get into this last segment right here, I want to talk to you about Pepsi. Our good folks over at Pepsi. I saw you were about chugging a Pepsi earlier, but Pepsi is taking a stand against litter, against trash. That's right. We might do a little trash talk ourselves on this show, but you need to know the difference and you need to make a difference. You need to be a team player and you need to recycle. And we're doing real-time reactions on this very show to NFL plays. We're talking about players and teams, and it's all anchored in trash talk. And we're going to get to our good friend Taylor Heineke, and we're going to figure out if him and the Washington football team are trash, or if they're trash, if they're absolute garbage, if we have to get rid of them.
Trash. And I love Heineke, but first of all, you got to know the difference, make the difference, be a team player and recycle. Trash plays that were absolutely garbage and you're ready to throw away, recycle play fans would love to see again. You got to use the NFL endemic territory of trash talk to promote PepsiCo's sustainability initiatives. That's what we're trying to do. I like Heineke, man. I really do. Speaking of that, let me have a shot of my Pepsi.
Yeah, take a nice a whisk of that Pepsi. It gets the pills going down easy. It's good for lunch, have a little lunch, have a Pepsi. But I'm trying to figure out, because it seemed like Heineke wasn't even on anybody's radar this year, because Ryan Fitzpatrick seemed like the guy, and he wasn't even worthy to be considered trash or recyclable. He was forgotten. But now he has them in a playoff position. They're the 7th seed right now, and they probably won't make a lot of noise, but maybe he buys himself an extra year. Maybe they don't have to draft a quarterback.
Oh, they're gonna draft a quarterback. But the thing about this kid, he represents a lot of other young men in the NFL that they just need opportunity. You just give them an opportunity and you let it be. And it's a lot of guys that we just don't make note of that are special teams or certain positions that receive the opportunity, and the rest is history. They're prolonging their careers just by getting opportunity.
And you could tell guys like Chase Young are taking note of it. Guys on his team, when they're going up behind him and popping his jersey, showing to the fans that, hey, this is our guy right now. And if you have the locker room, there's really no limit to what you can do in the NFL. It's an interesting story. It's an inspiring story. He might be recyclable. He might not be absolute trash. So salute to Taylor Heineke.
He's not trash. He's recyclable. Now, there was a trash game on, was it Monday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Baltimore and Cleveland was the worst. That was a bad game.
Yeah. That was just bad. It was bad altogether.
Dude, that was bad.
If you look at that division,
that was Sunday night, right? That was bad. Good.
That was tough. Is that the Bengals division, or is that Baltimore's division?
I think it's Baltimore's just by experience, because the Bengals are young and I don't know if they know what to do at the moment. But Baltimore was bad. They've always been known for their defense. The defense played well. But offensively, Lamar threw 3 interceptions in 1 quarter, man. I can't believe that, first and foremost. That's unbelievable. 3 picks in 1 quarter.
That's
and
bad.
Cleveland still didn't take advantage of that. That was a bad game. Bad game.
Bad.
I don't even want to see them on TV anymore.
Yeah, put him in that 1 o'clock window on the offbeat CBS broadcast that nobody's going to watch, and let us enjoy our football. And Coach, I always enjoy yakking it up with you and talking with the fellas.
Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, my friend. It's good to see you back on your feet. Good to see you back in good spirits. Good to see you getting those health. Get the peanut butter and jellies in, my friend. I can't be weighing more than you. That's not right.
No way. How much do you weigh right now, Ron?
About 180, 178, 180.
You got me right now. You know what, Ron? We might be the same.
Same, and that's wrong because I don't have an athletic bone in my body. The doctors checked. They couldn't find one athletic bone. It was no good.
I'm trying to eat everything I can see right now to get my weight back. I got to go to this banquet tonight for some award ceremony, and I know we're not going to win, but I know my suit is going to be baggy on me.
You can't have the baggy suit. Get the clips. Get the clothespin behind. Pull that thing.
I got to get the clothespin behind, and don't let nobody sit behind me.
Get the clothespins, pull it back, and get right. We'll see you all next week.
Love you, man. Appreciate you, folks.
You know what it is, and for what it's worth, you can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is.